Oh, hello. Welcome. I'm Joseph Scrobb. It's nice to meet you. I have a particular interest in giants. I'm sure you've heard stories about giants. We all have. Fairy tales are full of giants. Big, nasty, monstrous giants going around, stomping on things, eating sheep, eating people, grinding bones to make their bread. They're blooming awful, aren't they? Well, what if there was more to giants than what we hear of in those stories? Tell me, have you heard of something called the Giant's Wake? It's a bit of a mystery that I'm trying to solve at the moment, and a mystery which I think may have roots of a kind here in Shropshire. Shropshire is a wonderful place, but strange stories haunt a land like Shropshire. Stories that revolve around two very intriguing hills. Now, these two hills, it's claimed, were made by giants a very long time ago. And for those giants, each hill was named. The larger one is called the Wrekin. The Wrekin is crowned by ancient fortress walls and robed in woodland, bound all around by well-trodden paths that have borne countless pilgrims to its peak. But of lesser stature and renown, in Wrekin's shadow lies the Arkle Hill, a none the less more mysterious mound. For here, upon the crooked slopes, beneath a coat of birch and oak, many a secret has been found, and many yet may still be lost beneath the fern and nettle undergrowth. By night the hill seems to shiver. Contorted trees begin to sway and quiver. Even in the calmest weather, something rises from the ground through root and trunk, limb and leaf, through skin and fur and feather. All the lurking beasts and birds, with grunts and moans, snuffles and shrieks, raucous rhythms and almost words, join in chaotic chorus. Leaves mutter, branches stutter, and beneath it all a trembling groan, as of a voice discerned within the aching stone. And if you listen well to this nocturne, you will hear the Arkle speak. And I have heard it speak. On one such night, and what I heard, I would like to share with you tonight. As I stood there in the twilight, this is what it said. Who treads along my spine? Oh, did you think I would not feel the passing of your feet? Did you think a hill a dead old heap? Some things can never die, but only lie in sleep. Did you think a hill a senseless thing, nerveless, blind, deaf, or dumb? Well, I can tell you, I feel the warming of the sun on every stem and stalk, above, the fall of every creature's foot across the moss, over twig and bark, the writhe of every worm and grub that burrows in the earthen dark. My ears are those of fox and deer, of hedgehog, badger and bat. My eyes are those of owl and crow, of the spider and the moth. My voice you hear surround you now, in every tingling twitch of life, the language of the boughs and leaves, the song and chatter of the birds, the whispers of the breeze. Many listen, but few have learned to hear my garbled words. Yet I can tell of tales unwritten by scripts of humankind, and memories so distant now I can barely claim them mine. For every story of this land, all that was and may yet be, has sunk into the soil, and on this woven web of roots has in time been brought to me. I remember the giants who strode so tall so long ago, the true giants, the Eaton folk, not those monsters that you know from fairy tales and children's rhymes. I remember the wisdom keepers, the shepherds of the wild and weather, the makers of the mountains, the children of the earth and ether. Let me speak for those titans forsaken by your histories. Let me transmit their traumaed mysteries, for only then can you hope to glean the truth of how they woke, of how their long-doomed sleep began, and why one day they'll wake again. And there was much, much more that I heard as well. But I'm afraid that's all I have time to tell you of tonight. However, I am writing and illustrating a book all about it, all about the mystery of the Giant's Wake. Who knows how long it could take me? I'm sure it's a story larger than even I can imagine. But that is what currently occupies my time. And I hope you enjoyed that small piece that I could share with you tonight. Thank you very much for being here to hear of it. Good night.